welcome back to Faith Forward. I'm so glad you're here today. It's been a wonderful day. Been peaceful, relaxing. Anyways, thank you for joining us again. If you're new to the channel, I'm Eric. What's up, y'all? Nice to meet y'all. This is where we talk about real faith for real life. Today's devotional is called Don't Let Fear Drive. I know some of us do. Fear is definitely something we don't want to have behind the wheel, because you got to think about, we got our families to think about. Some of us have a lot to look forward to in our future. But anyways, our key verse today comes from 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, and it says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." That's from the NIV version. Again, that verse is 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, and it says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." Fear is a terrible driver. When fear is steering your life, it'll take you places you were never meant to go. Panic, anxiety, isolation, even bad choices. And I know a lot of us have made bad choices, right? I know this firsthand. When I got out of jail, I was so afraid of messing up again that fear made me second guess every decision I wanted to do right. But fear kept whispering, or honestly shouting, that I'd always be the same person I used to be. And if you know me or know how I used to be back then, that was definitely a rough time. If you know who I am now, you know I don't necessarily beat around the bush. Pretty straightforward, and I give it to you how it is. And I use my tablet to make all my notes for these videos. But yeah, when I got out of jail, I was so afraid of messing up again that fear made me second guess every decision I made. I wanted to do right, but fear kept saying that I'd always be the same person I used to be. But then this verse hit me like a brick. God hasn't given us a spirit of fear. That means fear isn't from God, right? Fear isn't from God. Fear is from the world and everything else around us. God never gave us fear. What is from Him, God gave us power, love, self-discipline. Those are from God. He gave us free will. He gave us choices. And it's what we decide. And that changed everything. If fear doesn't come from God, then I don't have to accept it as part of me. I can look fear in the face and say, "You don't drive anymore. God does." Right? You don't drive anymore, God does. And think about what that means. Self-discipline. I don't have to react out of panic. Love. I'm never alone. Power. I'm not weak, even when I feel like it. So those three things: self-discipline. I don't have to react out of panic. So stay calm in the situation. Think about everything. Remember that you're loved and you're never alone. So love, I'm never alone. Power, I'm not weak, even when I feel like it. So when you feel weak, you always have God to lift you up, right? God's there to always lift you up. I like this verse. 2 Timothy chapter 2, or 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, sorry. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, which is weak, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. See where we're going with this? So here's my question for you. Where has fear been driving you? Maybe it's in your job. Maybe it's in a relationship. Maybe it's in your faith. What would it look like to let faith take the lead instead? So what would it look like? Yeah, think about it. What would it look like? Just imagine how different would your next step look if God's Spirit, not fear, don't let fear behind the wheel, but if you let God's Spirit be behind the wheel, what will happen? So instead of letting fear dictate how your next step should be, maybe let God take the next step. Let God lead the way. Pretty cool, right? Where has fear been driving your decisions? Has it been in your job? Has it been in the relationships? Has it been in your faith? Think about it. Has that been where your fear's been at? Maybe it's in finances. I mean, think about everything you're afraid of. If you're letting what you're afraid of dictate everything, you're just going to go further down the hole. So let God take the lead. With this thought in mind, with that in mind, I want you to seriously think about this week, all this week. Think about what fears are holding on to you. Think about all of the decisions that are being made. And in the comments, put what you're afraid of. We'll pray over those fears. We'll work and pray and put God first. Just in the comments, put what you're afraid of, and then think about where you want your future to go. I'm going to challenge y'all with a simple journal prompt. Write down a decision you're facing right now. Then underneath it, write, fear doesn't get to choose. God does. Y'all got that? In the journal, if y'all want to journal this, write down the decision you're facing right now. So what decision are y'all facing right now? Write that down. And then, beneath it, fear doesn't get to choose. God does. That's a way of reminding yourself, fear doesn't have the will anymore. Okay? Y'all got that? I'll give y'all a moment in case y'all want to go ahead, write that down or make a note. Go ahead, pause the video if you want. Let's go ahead and pray together. Father, I confess I've been letting fear lead the way. But today, I don't want fear in control anymore. You've given me power, love, and self-discipline. Help me to walk in that truth. Remind me I am not who I used to be. I am yours. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. I am not who I used to be. It's a good thing to remember. Well, guys and ladies, thank you for joining me today on Faith Forward. Remember, fear doesn't drive. You let faith lead, okay? Let faith lead the way. If this message encouraged you, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next devotional. Stay strong, stay faithful, and keep moving forward. And one more thing I'd like to add, I am going to start trying to upload in 2 of these devotionals a week, one on Monday and maybe one Wednesday or Thursday. Y'all let me know what y'all think, what day will work best for y'all. I know I want to try to have them uploaded on Monday, at least one of them on Monday. And then I know I'm going to go live Fridays on TikTok. At least that's the plan. But in the comments, y'all put what y'all think. Again, thank you for joining me today on Faith Forward. Remember, fear doesn't drive. Please do not let fear drive. Let your faith lead the way. If this message encouraged you, again, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next devotional. Stay strong, stay faithful, and keep moving forward. Y'all have a blessed one. Bye now.